before we can start. Yeah, this should be a good match, I think.
Yeah.
Neil Robertson got one of the favourites, of course, this week, world number 4. Having a great campaign. In Turkey a couple of weeks ago, lost 5-4. So
went against him in quick succession. But, you know, he's taken
the next round.
Mentioned that, I mean, to our knowledge, he hadn't had a hit without practice. It's almost a fear thing because
eating a meal he'd purchased at a popular.
Four.
Five at the 147.
A place in the Masters, I think, with the win of that match. So David Grace
didn't button up, but everyone's different.
17.
Goodness me, I thought that was hitting the left. I mean, the player that springs to mind is Peter Ebner to that. Anyway, in the meantime, Wenbo has missed one.
20.
Ooh, hang on. Well,
has to be said that he hit the red badly, didn't he?
£150,000 bonus. The players are sometimes a bit.
Yeah, I mean, now Sullivan's in it, Ronnie O'Sullivan. I mean, others have pulled out, and he still is as we speak. I mean,
15.
And of course, lost in the final of the World Grand Prix in between.
Straight cue action. Anyway, it's early stages of a match. We'll
over lines. He had a walkover because Dave Gilbert has withdrawn. Of course, Oliver. Another player just starting out is get them running true.
Yes, and the point about keep them in fit state to play will take a lot of sort of resources, I think. People forget that. A lot more work for somebody. Played it really well. Good shot. It's a good shot to play on the black, you know, because it did give him the right trace of side. Yeah, and that's what stopped him. He had to play it with a trace of left hand.
Knock his hat, and it's the match, so it might explain why he's not quite there, but Liang this time unable.
Many balls either.
What?
Not sure he's out getting attacked.
It's just struggled a bit in recent times. Didn't struggle there though with that double.
Little as if he just needs to ease himself into this match. So that's. Robertson's now to play.
Champion, although that doesn't get you in. It's the top 8 on the 1-year list, but
for that last shot. And where is this?
18.
Well, this is a real... Well, there you are. Because when he's good, he doesn't even... Right corner, doesn't it? So I think he's playing it off the cushion.
Three.
And he's doing the right thing.
Liang Wenbo.
Brilliant. Then it's maybe a different ball game already. Oh, that's a terrible shot. That is a really poor shot. Flute snooker. Neil not rolling up to the brown, which means it could go anywhere. I think you've been quite kind.
So now, well, he's played all season, you know, you kind of just expect it to carry on, but it's not always the case.
Event for a select field of 8. They're the 8 best players of the season.
Leadings, which makes a difference when you're going to play, even.
Quite difficult to find the highlights of this frame for the simple reason that once the brown ball.
Well, just to say, because we've already had a 4-3, this must Knob and Senkarm. A little bit. One thing with snooker, you never know how long the matches are going to last. We can have a 4-0 in 45 minutes. We can have a 4-3 in 3 hours. It's quite a...
Blue, no problems.
4.
Amazing, that's the first pot for...
Oh, dear me. Wow, after all that effort to pop the...
5.
Dip it in. Should get it, but again, this shot, you'd have to say...
Finally win it. And it just about wriggles in. In the last 64, and that'll be played later today because they're playing 3 rounds for half of the draw today, down to the last. And he got close to the prize money, just over $500,000, as Liang leaves that. The Tour Championship, 150 the winner, and the World Championship, $500,000. That position where he can as with Turkey, pick and choose. But meantime,
of touch, having not been able to get near a practice table. And yes, that was a nice shot.
9. 15. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's not easy queuing.
1.
2-2 in Mark King. That's another tough first rounder for both of those two, isn't it? David Lilly the first against Hamad Mir. Taken the first against Luca Brissell.
60.
As well, Lou Haishan won the first frame against
20.
Alan Taylor. It was actually all reds and black. As for this match, Neil Robertson, is this the moment where, just for matches and making it a match for people?
30.
Last frame, he was sort of sat in his chair, sort of almost smiling about how bad it had been.
Put it onto the first.
1.
Is it today, wouldn't it? Because there's been some very in and out play. There's a lot of balls have missed on this table.
9.
15.
60. 24.
Different reasons to get on. That's well played. And the back of it, trying to play the cannon.
32. 37.
Small one. Nearly enough sticking out to pot it. It's a nice shot. Because we don't know whether that would have been somewhere near to the yellow. It's probably about as near as...
10.
Hit it well.
30.
Well, I think Wenbo missed one of the opposite corner like this, but not Robertson.
22.
There's a little bit more like it towards the end of that frame.
Oh, actually, it was a big moment there. Wenbo. Highest break 35 for Robertson and made a good clearance.
One.
So maybe an upset brewing there. Depending on what happens getting over here, we'll keep you updated on that. 59 on the latest list. My goodness me, that was thin, wasn't it? And look where it's finished. He just left it over the pocket.
1. Thank you.
Well, again. Some of these balls, it's hard to see them staying out, isn't it?
1.
I suppose he's got to feel as much as he...
play it, because he could have put him into bat again. But
8.
Well, we've had some more withdrawals. I'm just looking, pointing, isn't it, to see Anthony Hamilton has withdrawn, so Jimmy White's got a... before the weather got bad
20.
and flight started getting...
$30.
As Neil Robertson, well, I was going to say, tries to pick up the pace.
$49 up in this frame. You might think, well, it's same old Neil Robertson. He's doing what he does. You know, things can only get better, I suppose.
Well, I noticed that...
Strangely, might have got out. It's a good shot, actually.
Closing in on 3-0, no. As I say, then it's just about for 3-0. Battle on the brown. It was 11 minutes.
50.
And then missed the blue.
And it was not a nice shot, was it? The way he missed it. You know, it wasn't a difficult shot.
Okay. He's potted it. He's going to win the frame to be in full control, even if he himself is not at his best.
30.
Somehow the blue has stayed out, but it doesn't matter. 80, the lead. He is hot, isn't he? He's favored him 7-2 over Liang Wenbo. And even though it's not been vintage Robertson, he is on the brink of victory. Matt Selt.
Well. Oh, and that's even worse for Wenbo.
1. 3. 4.
Be quite an extraordinary performance in that he's played, and it has been like that. Too many balls have been missed, but played it well. In general, just the finer points of his game clearly aren't there. Seem to be at the point where he's missing almost everything now.
34.
But anyone who's played snooker will be able to...
No, but according for Liang to lose like this if he is to be beaten.
42.
And that was a very difficult shot to play. I wonder...
1. 7.
As you can see, the red on the left cushion is going to be the stumbling block, I guess, if he gets that far, which is not guaranteed.
30.
He's overdone that. Now the cue just retreating up the table a little bit. Well played.
29. 37. 45.
Well, play for the double, which is what he has done. I think the cue... Yeah, just went a bit too far to even make the double an option.
1.
Chance to extend it.
5. 8.
It'll be behind the blue anyway.
12.
Ball that wins in the frame, so
17.
yep, which would have won him the match, but ultimately he lost him the frame.
3. On the frame.
Had that chance. He's taken the chance. Across this arena. Robbie Williams about to beat Stuart Watson 4-0. But this...
1.
Decided to play. All of a sudden they have started.
Liang Wenbo 6.
Well, that's...
1.
That is a very good shot. Just wonder if Wenbo...
Robertson, no. 1. 7. 30. 90. 27. 35.
Well, what a miss. Easier.
1.
Now in the top.
9.
It gets the pink back on its spot as well. It's quite a good shot.
60.
Lucky he's going to try and move the red out here. That's a very good shot to play. You won't like. Tremendous again. And it proved too much for him.
Foul. In the miss.
That's very nicely played.
Ball. Robertson's face there.
4.
Well, there you have it. He didn't even play it. And he still potted it. Yep, that's what he's had to do. Balls seem to be flying around everywhere, don't they?
Mark King 4-2, so he'll play Ding now in the next round. With the lead he's got.
big advantage until he knocked the pink in. Don't think you can take anything for granted in this match, or indeed in...
Liang, as you say, also needs it now. Where's this white? He's okay.
Four.
I suppose he could have taken it on, but
Yeah, Robertson.
a little bit gingerly, didn't he, the way he sort of... He said, maybe... He certainly refused a couple of pots. Needs a bit of help now.
In this match.
5.
And it's gone in. Every credit to Liang Wenbo. It was not easy, but he's potted.
Oh, missed that one horribly on the thick side, which leaves this chance straight away. So he wouldn't be able to just find form all of a sudden, but they...
Well, things just turning, aren't they? Listening to Joe Perry, Neil Robertson's good friend on the Talking Snooker podcast, Eternal Factor, so he can just go to the next tournament, not dwelling on what's happened. So if he lost this match from not getting on your own case. And Liang Wenbo's highest break, 48, so it's
50. 22.
About what he can achieve in the middle of the table.
29.
Always awkward little shots sometimes, those to the middle bag, but...
yeah, it's kind of been the pattern, hasn't it? Just when
certainly. Brown, plot, I don't know if it's on. So he's played it that way, and it's a good shot, albeit not quite behind the bins. going. It was quite well played. I mean, the plant was far from easy. The first red cutting civil, but not this time.
Robertson 7.
Well,
I think the other thing about that, had that red gone in, probably was the last piece of the jigsaw in a way, because I felt that he... Yeah, terrific shot. That's more like Neil Robertson we expect match over. Wenbo, however, in a snooker, which is not a lot of fun, to be quite honest. Well, I mean, Neil Robertson has got...
yeah, just really needs to focus properly here, because he should win here. But that's the thing, I think, with someone like Neil Robertson, will be his next opponent if he can get over the line here.
No.
Acquiring snookers could have been 4-0, it could have been 4-1, but today. But there's a big prize to be won.
Not all that overjoyed. He'd not had a practice, all these different things, but I think they played it all well. I mean, it'd be wrong to say, even this frame, now he's battled all the way to the line, so this would have been the match of the round on paper.
Well, the bottom line is he can lose the bonus, so that's, I'm sure, a motivating factor. Not lost. Robertson gets the job done. Don't think either player will look back too fondly. They're going to look back as Liang Wenbo just puts his side of it as they wipe their brow.